Alright, I hope you're ready for this one. You slept over it, or maybe you are binge watching and creating, which is good. It's quite good to learn quick. We are going to create some stairs, even though it might not make really sense. We're practicing here, right? We are going to make some stairs that are going up here and kind of disappearing over there, or maybe we can make a door up there. Let's go into solid view and let's press Ctrl A, import a mesh. Press 7 to go into top view. Press tab, then scale it on the Y to make it smaller, because stairs are usually not that wide. For reference, let's put our human here. Yeah, you know what, let's just go with this width. And let's move everything in object view. Press G, X, move it close to the wall. Go into edit view, press 2 to go into edge select mode. Select this edge, that's the furthest away from the wall. G, X, and move it towards the wall. There you go. This is basically one part of our stair. Let's select the front edge. Press E, Z, extrude it down just a little bit. Okay, there we go. Let's make it maybe like so. And let's move it also. Press 3. First of all, let's give it some thickness with our modifier, so we can see it on the side too. This is skin, we don't need skin. And solidify. Press 3. Now we can see where our stairs are. Let's make them start around here. And what we will do now, what you might call magic. We're going to go to generate again for another modifier, and then click on array. Let's make this small for now, press on the arrow. And what you can see is we can have multiple of the same object in a row, but we don't want it to go in the X direction. Here you can set how far apart they should be, like it should be 2 units apart. We don't want it in the X direction, we want it in the Y. And 1 unit is 1 unit of the Y width of the object. So we go 1 in front and 1 above. And there you already see what I will be doing. You can click on the count and we can just increase our stairs, the stair amount. Just go like that. Whenever you want, you can also move the whole object. And since we're doing this with modifiers, you can click away with these buttons to see them or make them visible or not. What I want to do is to hide the part that is below the stairs. We can just apply these arrays or these modifiers, and that you can do in object mode. And you should apply them in order from top to bottom, because if you, for now, it shouldn't make a difference. If you first make an array and then solidify it, or if you make a solidify and then array. But sometimes it can make a difference on the order. You can also mirror it, for example, to have double stairs, but it doesn't make sense. So for now, we're going to apply both of those. We are going to import a plane. We're going to press R, then Y, rotate it on the Y axis by 90 degrees. Press 3 to go into the side view. And let's just scale it up in edit mode. Press S, scale it up so it's fitting almost the entire stairs. Now we move this plane closer to our stairs around here. And let's just try to make it fit exactly, like it starts here in the front. And in edit mode, select the back face and move it back towards this place right here. Why did I do that? Because I want to apply a Boolean modifier, and this way we cut off everything that's unnecessary. select the plane, go to Boolean, with the dropper tool select our stairs, and then hit apply. And if we now have a look at our stairs, let's have a look down like so, we can see that the shape of the stairs are imprinted or cut as vertices or edges in our plane. Select the top face, press X, delete the face, and there you go. There we have our wall for the stairs. As you can see, the bottom part is poking out of the frame. What we can do is we could either move this edge up, or we could just cut it and delete it, but I'm just going to move it up. There's some weird interference here. I'm just going to move it a little bit down to get rid of any artifacts, like that's not supposed to be there. So there we have our stairs. We can move both of those to touch the wall directly. Press 7 to go into top view, G, Y, and move it closer to here. And what would be stairs without the hand railings? So we can do that too. We can just press Ctrl A, mesh, cylinder, top view, then edit mode, press A to select everything, S, scale it down, and that should be fine. In object mode, we're going to move it to the first step. Where is it? Right there. Okay. In edit mode again, I'm going to select this top face, G, Z, move it up a little bit. Is it too high? Maybe, maybe not. And again, modifier, generate array. Press 1 on the Y, 1 on the Z, and we don't need 1 for the X. And this is already too much, so we just move and play around with the height and the Y setting. Increase the count all the way to the top. And there you go. There you will have basically your hand railing. And now just to practice a bit more with the modifier and the array, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to press Ctrl A, import a plane, move it over this part of the railing, go into edit mode, then S, then X to scale it on the X axis, make this width around like that. Or you know what, we don't actually need the array modifier. What we can do on the side view, we can just rotate everything on the X to match roughly the elevation or the slope of it. And then again, in edit mode, select this face, and we're going to extrude it up. And if you press Y, you extrude it in the Y direction. If you press Y again, you are in the local space or in the local coordinate system, which means this is your object, and this is the coordinate system. For example, you have X, you have Y, you have Z. This always stays fixed. This is your object. Let's say it has the same coordinate system. This is X, this is Y, and this is Z. But if you move it, the global one will always stay the same. But if you move the object's coordinate or location will change with it. So let's say you turn it, then it will also turn the coordinate system. If you press Y twice, you will use the Y coordinate of your object, and this is why we can extrude it along this face for now. Let's elongate it, and there we have our railing. Maybe we can give it some thickness. Select everything, then press Ctrl E, extrude along normals. And to make the cylinder look smooth, press Ctrl, shade auto smooth, and maybe we can move our wall towards us. to hide these, the railings, I mean. And now that we see the gap, let's move it up. And there we go, we have our stairs that are leading up. And what are they leading up to? Just gonna do this real quick and then I'm done for this session. What I showed before, a few tutorials before, we can use the Boolean tool to cut some holes in objects. Let's just take the cube and in edit mode, press this face, scale it down to around the size of the stairs. And let's just move it in object mode around to where the door should be. Let's have a look. Let's go down a bit so it's touching the floor right there. How tall should the door be? Depends. Maybe it's cutting away on the top. Let's put our human there as a reference. Our door, I think that's good enough for the door height. What we can do is to see what's going on. We press the cube object. Let's go into the object, data properties, viewport display, and display as textured, and use the wire. This way we can see if our object is being cut or not. Let's do this again, generate Boolean object. Let's select this object and tada, it works. We can move our cube object around and see what it would look like if it is cutting at this position. We are going to apply this, delete this cube, and we can also, you know what? Why do I delete this cube if I can use it as a door too? Let's just change the display back to textured. And edit mode, press A to select everything, Y to scale it down on the Y, and move it here. This will be our door. Let's go to the rendered view. We will also give materials to the door and the stairs too. But there you go, it's quite simple. It's extruding, it's insetting. We didn't use insets right now, up until now, but we might in the next one. And this is how you create your scene, one by one, bit by bit. It's always the same principles, but I'm sure you can do it if you keep going, and see you in the next one.